Motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round real quick.
Because
he just knocked these out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I fuck with this guy. To me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're at edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, December 31st, 2021. Hope everybody's had a great day. Got a big show today. We're going to talk about college football bowl games. We have the college football playoff semifinals games today. We'll talk about those. Got a pretty big slate of NBA games as well that we'll talk about. A little bit of NFL, no NFL till Sunday. I don't even think there isn't even no Saturday games this week. So NFL starts back up on Sunday. I hope everybody's having a great day. Last day of the year. It's hard to believe that 2021 is already just a few hours from being over. About 12 hours from being done. New Year's Day tomorrow. If you're going out to celebrate tonight, be safe. I'm all about having fun, but I want to see everybody get home safe. Before we get into the today's games, don't forget today is the last day of the of Easy Money, a sports betting show, being at 11 a.m. Eastern. Starting Monday, we'll start our new schedule for the new year. Easy Money, a sports betting show, will still be live Monday through Friday, but it'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern instead of 11. So starting Monday, January 3rd, Easy Money, a sports betting show, 1 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. GSR Gonzo Sports Room is still going to be Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, but starting on Monday, it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be an evening show now. It will be live today at 1 o'clock, be the last GSR at 1 o'clock, and we'll start the new year off Monday with the new schedule. We'll have a new pro wrestling podcast. It'll be dropping. First episode drops January 9th. It'll drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. We'll record it, and I'll get it all ready. We'll drop it every Sunday at 9 a.m. It's going to be a weekly show, so be on the lookout for that. I'll be posting more about that on our social media. Follow us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. At Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post everything about our shows. Post our daily picks from from this show. Easy Money, a sports betting show, gets posted on there. All of our show announcements, interview announcements, which I have a couple of those that I'll announce today. But also check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications. We're still needing about 20 more subscribers today to reach our goal of getting up to 150 subscribers by the first of the year. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please go hit it. We'd greatly appreciate that. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/GonzalesSports/merch. Got a lot of different shirts there, hats, long sleeve tees, hoodies, beanies, a bunch of different things. Go check it out. You can see some of our t-shirts here behind me. So you can find that link in the video description, or it's also going across the bottom of the screen in the ticker. But all right, let's get into talking some sports here. First game we have, which actually just started, it was an early starting game, and that is Rutgers against Wake Forest. Wake Forest was originally supposed to play Texas A&M. Texas A&M had to back out, so Rutgers got the call to take their place. Okay. All right. Rutgers averages 312 yards a game. They average scoring 21 points per game. Their defense allows 25 points per game. Wake Forest averages 470 yards of offense a game and 42 points per game. Their defense gave up 30 points a game. So both these teams are capable of scoring points. I think this is going to be but they have the spread at minus 21.5. I think Wake Forest wins this game, but I'm not giving up 21.5 points. They have the over at 66.5 in this game right now. This game has just started. I'm not going to give a pick out for this game because of that reason. It's already started. Wake Forest just scored to make it 7-0. Like I said, I think Wake Forest will win this game. I wasn't comfortable giving up the 21.5. But Wake Forest did come right out and score. I'd maybe lean toward the over 66.5, but I'm not going to give out. This won't be one of my official picks I give out here at the end of the show. All right. Next bowl game we have is Washington State at Central Michigan. Washington State is 5.5-point favorites. They're minus 230 on the money line. Central Michigan is plus 186 on the money line. Over under for this game, 56.5. Washington State is 7-5. The running game ranks 96 in the country. Their defense ranks 81st in the country. So their running game struggles and their defense struggles. But they can score some points passing the ball. Their top running back is sitting out of the game today. Central Michigan is good offensively. They've won 6 of their last 7. They're 8-4 on the season. They're on a 4-game win streak. I like Central Michigan here at the plus 5.5. I think Central Michigan has a good chance of winning this game, but if they don't, but I think it's going to be a close game. So I like Central Michigan at the plus 5.5, and I would lean toward the over. I would lean toward the over the 56.5 in this game, but I like Central Michigan at plus 5.5. That was at Washington State was 7-point favorites last night. So it's has dropped to 5.5 now. But I like Central Michigan. That was plus 5.5. I had to change it because I had it as 7. All right. Then our next games in college football, the other bowl games, are the big games. College football playoff semifinal games. See who plays for the national title. Our first semifinal game is going to be Cincinnati at Alabama. Cincinnati was the first group of 5 team to make it into the playoffs. They are 13-0, coming off a big win versus Houston. Alabama is 12-1. Of course, they beat Georgia in their conference game. Alabama is 14-point favorites in this game. They're minus 600 on the money line. Cincinnati is plus 420 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 57. Cincinnati's 13-0. They're good offensively. Their quarterback, Ritter, he's good. I really like him, and he's dangerous with his legs. He can run the ball as well. Cincinnati has a real good defense, and they have a real good secondary. They have two real good shutdown corners. Alabama is 12-1. They've been inconsistent at times. Their offense looked real good last game against Georgia. But I mean, they've been in a lot of close games. A couple of games they barely won. It wasn't like they've dominated everybody this season. They have this game as Alabama's 14-point favorites. I think that's too many. Alabama might win the game, but I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think they're going to blow Cincinnati out like a lot of people think. So I'm going with the Cincinnati Bearcats at the plus 14. And then in the other semifinal game, you have Georgia at Michigan. Georgia is 7.5-point favorites. They're minus 300 on the money line. Michigan is plus 235 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 45.5. Georgia is 12-1. Michigan is 12-1. Both these teams are strong defensively. Both of them have good running games. Michigan has a real good offensive line, and Georgia has what's been considered by a lot of people the best defensive line in college football this year. So this is going to be a battle of the lines. Who can win there? Who can win the line of scrimmage is probably going to be the team that wins this game. Is Michigan going to be able to get a pass rush or and stop, and not just a pass rush, stop Georgia's running game? Are they going to be able to get off the line, get off their blocks? And the same thing with Michigan. It's going to be the same for both sides because both of them are good defensively. Both have good running games, but and like I said, and both of them one is real strong on the defensive line. Michigan's real strong on the offensive line. So I think that's going to be the key to the game. I like Michigan here at the plus 7.5. I think Michigan's going to win this game, but if they don't win the game, I think this game is going to come down to probably a last-second field goal. So I like Michigan at the plus 7.5. Georgia's coming off their only defeat of the season. Michigan's coming off a victory. So I like Michigan at the plus 7.5 in that game. All right, that's all the college football for today. We'll move over to the NBA. Got a pretty good slate of NBA games. All right, first NBA game we have. Wait, before we do that, Rutgers is up 7-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter over Rutgers right now here in this bowl game. After this bowl game, we get the college semifinals games kicked off with Alabama and Cincinnati. I'm looking forward to that. But all right, let's jump into the NBA. Phoenix Suns against the Boston Celtics. The Suns are 3.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 164 on the money line. The Celtics are plus 138 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 214.5. The Suns are 27-7. They're 11-3 at home this season. They're coming off a win versus the Thunder. Ayton and McGee will both be out tonight, so they're not going to have a whole lot of size tonight in this game. The Celtics have lost 3 straight, and they've been struggling shooting from the outside. They did get Jaylen Brown back. That helps on your offense and defensive side, as on both sides, because Jaylen Brown's also a real good defender. But the Suns have been one of the best teams in the league so far. I like the Suns at the minus 3.5 on the road here. I'd take that back. I'm gonna go money line at the minus 164. That way I don't have to mess with that hook at the 3.5. But I like the money line. I like Suns money line, and I like the over 215. Next game is the Chicago Bulls at the Indiana Pacers. The Bulls are 3-point favorites on the road. They're minus 162 on the money line. The Pacers are plus 136 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 220.5. I'm a big Pacer fan, and we haven't played good at all this season. I'm not sure. I think we have a lot more. With the talent we have on the team, we should be playing better than we are. I'm not sure what the disconnect is. I thought we'd get better defensively with them bringing Carlisle in, and we're not much better defensively. Injuries have hurt us as well. We're not help. I mean, there's only been a few games that everybody's been available. But the Bulls have been balling. I think they've had some COVID issues. I'm not sure who all is still out, because I know Lonzo Ball was out their last game because of the COVID protocols. He might be back. But like the Pacers, I just saw Brogdon is in the protocols, Duarte's in protocols, and Isaiah Jackson. So the Pacers are coming in shorthanded as well. I'm not sure about everything with the Bulls, but I like the. I would lean toward the Bulls in this game, even though I'm a big Pacer fan, just because Pacers are missing some players. So I like the Bulls at the -3. All right. Next game we have. Wait a minute. Did I turn too soon? Nope. Okay. Yep. Next game we have is the Dallas Mavericks at the Sacramento Kings. The Mavericks are 1.5-point favorites on the road. They're -120 on the money line. The Kings are +102 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 217.5. I like the Mavericks in this game at the -1.5. I think they're going to win this game, but I like the over the 217.5 in this game as well. Neither of these teams are great defensively. They both can put up some points. But yeah, I would lean toward the Mavericks in this game. And honestly, I would lean toward them on the money line at the -120 as well. But I really like the over the 217.5 in this game. All right, next game is the Miami Heat at the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are the Heat are 3.5-point favorites on the road. They're -164 on the money line. The Rockets are +138 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 217. The Heat are 22-13 on the season. They've won 4 straight. Tyler Hero has been on fire here as of late. The Rockets have lost 5 straight. They struggle defensively. I like the Heat in this game. Money line. And I also like the over the 217. Next game is the Clippers at the Raptors. Toronto is 6.5-point favorites at home. They're -260 on the money line. Clippers are +215 on the money line. Over/under for this game's at 210.5. Toronto's pretty strong defensively. They can struggle to score at times. I'm wondering if some Clipper players didn't enter protocols because 6.5. The Raptors being favored 6.5 over the Clippers doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But so this is the game. What I like in this game would be over 210.5. Atlanta Hawks at the Cleveland Cavaliers. This game is basically a pick'em. They have the Cavs as 1-point favorites, -116 on the money line. Hawks are -102 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 216. The Hawks are 15-19 on the season. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. The Hawks have 8 players average double digits. Then they average scoring 110 points per game. This is the Cleveland's. This will be a second game of a back-to-back for Cleveland. They've lost Rubio for the season. They average scoring 108 points a game. The Cavs have been playing good. The Hawks are so up and down. I would lean toward the Cavs in this game on the money line. Over/under at 216. I would lean toward the over because neither one of these teams play. Well, Cleveland plays a lot better defense than the Hawks do. Then we have the New York Knicks at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Knicks are 4.5-point favorites on the road. They're -190 on the money line. OKC is +106 on the money line. Over/under for this game is at 206.5. The Knicks are 17-18. The Thunder are 12-22. Knicks have won 3 in a row. They have 7 players on their team that average double digits. They average scoring 106 points per game. The Thunder on a 2-game losing streak. They average 101 points a game. I like the New York Knicks to win this game at the minus 4.5. I'll take the Knicks minus 4.5. I like the over the 206.5 in this game is what I would lean toward in the over. All right. Next game is the San Antonio Spurs at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 5.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 225 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 188 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 226. The Spurs are 14-19 on the season. They have a well-balanced team, a pretty balanced team. They have 7 players on their team that average in double digits. They score 112 points a game. The Grizzlies are 22-14 on the season. Grizzlies have got off to a good start, kind of carrying on from last year where they made the play-in game and got in the playoffs. Now they're having a pretty decent season so far. They've won 3 in a row. They average 112 points a game. And John Morant's averaging 25 points per game and has really carried this team, especially in some big spots. I like the Grizzlies in this game, but 5.5 is quite a bit because the Spurs team isn't a bad team. They've been playing better as of late. So 5.5 is a little too much for me. I would lean toward the over the 226 in this game. All right. Next game is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are 12.5-point favorites, minus 850 on the money line. The Timberwolves are plus 590 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 221.5. The Timberwolves are 16-18 on the season. Karl Anthony Towns will be missing this game due to health and safety protocols. D'Angelo Russell is also out. So T-Wolves are going to be coming to this game shorthanded. They average 108 points a game. The Jazz have won 5 in a row. They average 116 points per game. Donovan Mitchell is questionable for this game. But I like the Jazz here. 12.5 points is a lot of points to give up in an NBA game. But the Timberwolves are going to be missing two of their better players. I like the Jazz here at the minus 12.5. All right, and the next game is the Portland Trail Blazers at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are 5-point favorites at home. They're minus 220 on the money line. Portland is plus 184 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 227.5. The Trailblazers are on a 3-game losing streak. They're 2-10 straight up their last 12 games. They struggle defensively. They're 4-12 ATS their last 16 games. The Lakers have lost 4 of their last 5. They're 1-6 straight up their last 7. And the Lakers average 110 points a game. I'll lean toward Portland here at the plus 5. I think this will be a close game. I like Trailblazers plus 5. And I'm going to say under. I lean toward the under the 227.5. So Blazers plus 5, under 227.5 for that game. All right, that's all the NBA games for today. Rutgers has tied this football game up with Wake Forest at 7-7, with just over 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. And Rutgers has the ball Or no, Wake Forest has the ball and they're almost in field goal range. All right, let's get to my picks of the day today. Well, actually, no. We'll talk a little bit of NFL. I will have our official NFL picks up by Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Right here on our social media account. Don't have no NFL games this Sunday. You have the Colts as 7-point favorites over the Raiders. I like the Colts in that game. Colts have been on fire, and it looks like Carson Wentz is going to play. So I like the Colts there. I'm a big Colts fan as well. Giants at the Bears. This game, I'm staying away from. I lean toward the Bears just because the Giants have been so bad, but the Bears aren't a whole lot better either. It's hard for me to bet on the Bears till they get rid of Matt Nagy as the coach. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Jets. The Bucs are 13-point favorites. I think Tampa Bay wins that game, probably big. Falcons at the Bills. This could be a trap game for the Bills after beating New England last week. The Falcons aren't a terrible team. They got the Bulls as 14.5-point favorites, which I think is way too much. Eagles at the Washington football team. Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. This is going to be probably a pretty good game, especially if the Washington defense can step up. Chiefs at the Bengals is a game this weekend I'm real interested in. They have the Chiefs as 4.5-point favorites. The Bengals are first in their division right now, and I mean the Bengals are playing some good ball. Joe Burrow is slinging it, but the Chiefs have looked more like the Chiefs of old the last few games, or last couple games I should say. And Mahomes was slinging it last game, so this should be an interesting game. Jags at the Patriots. Patriots are 16.5-point favorites. I just think that's too much. Dolphins at the Titans. Titans are 3.5-point favorites. Hey, the Dolphins are hot. They've won like 7 in a row. They're going to try and make it 8 in a row against the Titans. I'd like to see them beat the Titans because I'm a big Colts fan. But Rams at the Ravens. This could be a good game. Don't look like Lamar Jackson's going to play, but I think Huntley's going to at least play. And Huntley had been playing well before he had to sit out. Matt Stafford's been up and down a little bit here lately. Threw 3 picks last game, but the Rams were still able to win the game. I like the Rams in this game. All right, let's go ahead and get to the picks of the day. I'll have our, like I said, I will have our NFL picks up by 9 a.m. Sunday morning. I usually put them up sometime after midnight Saturday night. We'll have our picks up for tomorrow's college football bowl games by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Actually, let's take a quick look at those, because I actually had planned on talking about those, and right after we got done with the bowl games, I moved right on. So let's talk about these real quick. Why is it showing me? Once I can get FanDuel, let me get to them here, so I can be able to check the spreads. Okay, tomorrow we have Arkansas at Penn State. Arkansas is 2.5-point favorites in this game. Over-unders at 48.5. I like Penn State in this game as a home dogs at the plus 2.5. I think I like the over the 48.5 in this game as well. This game's tomorrow. I'll have our official picks up tomorrow. By 9 a.m. tomorrow, I'll probably put them up later tonight. Oklahoma State against Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 2.5-point favorites. Over-under is 44.5 in this game. I actually lean toward Oklahoma State in this game at the plus 2.5. I mean, I'll almost take a money line. I think Notre Dame's going to struggle against Oklahoma State. Kentucky and Iowa. Kentucky's 3-point favorites on the road, or I guess not really on the road because these are neutral sites, but over-under is 44. I like Iowa here. Iowa's defense is just real opportunistic, and I think Iowa's defense is going to give. I know Kentucky has a pretty high-powered offense, but I think their defense will give Kentucky some problems. I like Iowa here at the +3. Over-under is 44. I'm going to go the over the 44. Then Utah at Ohio State. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Ohio State's 4.5-point favorites. Over/under for this game is at 64. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think both teams are going to be scoring some points. I'm going to go. I lean toward Ohio State in this game, but I do like the over the 64. And then you have Baylor at Mississippi. This is going to be a fun game to watch as well. Mississippi is 1.5-point favorites at home. Over/under is 55.5. I like Mississippi here. I just don't think Baylor is going to be able to keep up with that offense. That's all the college football games for tomorrow. Like I said, we will have tomorrow's games picks up on our social media accounts by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Probably put them up sometime after midnight tonight. But all right, let's get to my picks of the day. We'll start in college football. In college football today, I'm not giving out, like I said, I'm not going to give out a pick on Rutgers and Wake Forest because that game started right as we got started. Update on that game is Wake Forest is up 14-7 with about 1:40 left in the first quarter. Okay, so let's go to next game is Washington State at Central Michigan. Yes, that's the next college game. But here's so that's going to be the first game I'm going to have a pick on. I like Central Michigan +5.5. I like Cincinnati +14. I like Michigan +7.5. And then in the NBA, I like the Suns money line against the Celtics. I like the Bulls money line against the Pacers. I like the Miami Heat money line against the Rockets. I like the New York Knicks -4.5. I like the Utah Jazz -12.5. And the Portland Trail Blazers +5. So, all right, to recap my pick, this is my picks of the day again. To recap, Trailblazers +5. Jazz -12.5. The New York Knicks -4.5. The Miami Heat money line. The Chicago Bulls money line. Phoenix Suns money line. Michigan +7.5. Cincinnati +14. And Central Michigan +5.5. Rolling with the underdogs today. I think we're going to if they're not upsets, I think they're going to be close games and they're going to cover. Come on. There we go. Just a little bit. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. This is our last Easy Money sports betting show before the new year. Don't forget, starting on Monday, January 3rd, Easy Money is at a new time. We will still be live Monday through Friday, but it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. So Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, starting Monday. GSR Gonzo Sports Room, which will be on here in just a little over an hour. Its new start time starting Monday is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. Both those shows are still going to be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Just a time change for our new schedule to start the new year. So Easy Money, a sports betting show starting Monday, will be at 1 p.m. Eastern. GSR Gonzo Sports Room will be at 7 p.m. Eastern starting Monday, and they'll both will still be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And you can still find both Easy Money and Sports Betting Show and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form at Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, most places podcasts are that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all of our daily picks for Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. We post interview announcements, any new information about the shows, everything goes to social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications. We'd greatly appreciate it. Hit the like buttons as well. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, please hit the like and follow buttons. You listen to the podcast, please rate and review. We'd greatly appreciate that. Hope everybody has a safe New Year's Eve tonight. Have fun, but be safe. We will see you guys here in about an hour for, real quick, before we get out of here, I do have a couple announcements. This Sunday, January 2nd at 6 p.m., we're going to have a special edition of GWR Live as pro wrestler. The next gen dragon, Mitch Onyx, will be joining us. And then on Tuesday, we have another interview with pro wrestling promoter Walter Buckley. That'll be Tuesday at 5. But yes, Sunday at 6. So don't forget that, Sunday at 6. Mitch Onyx will be joining us, so make sure you tune in for that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Be safe. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys for Easy Money Sports Betting Show on Monday. But we'll be live here in just a little over an hour for GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Come join us. Be safe. Peace.